Join us on a 23-day adventure drive through 3 countries, South Africa, Namibia and Botswana. Knowing Gavin, there are going to be a ton of upgrades to the Jimny.
Try and practice it. Can't leave behind the foot and stuff.
No, on the top shelf. And I need to be able to reach my pillow.
Okay. Very important medical stuff.
Because COVID-19 had put an end to border-free crossings, we had to have PCR tests before leaving Durban. We then set off for Fouriersburg, our first overnight stop. After breakfast, we drove to Kimberley over some of the worst roads you can imagine. It's really sad to see how COVID has affected the tourism industry. We were the only guests in this beautiful hotel. Our last day in South Africa saw us travelling to Upington, where we stayed at a slightly run-down guest house. I suppose they were another victim of COVID.
Des, we're leaving Uppington and going into Namibia, your first time there.
Yep.
What you got to say? Looking forward to it?
I don't. You keep asking me this. I have no idea what to expect.
But you've heard lots of people talk about it.
It doesn't mean I'll feel the same.
Okay. South African border before we enter Namibia.
The 18-kilometre drive between the South African and Namibian border control points felt like hours as there wasn't much to see.
You've got to be a very special person to live out here.
As we entered the Ice National Park, Gavin found his first opportunity to leave his mark.
On the way to Ice, between the canyons.
When we entered Ice, the scenery was stunning, with huge mountains on one side of the Fish River. They have indoor hot spring pools, but sadly the hotel was another victim of COVID.
Okay, this is 65 degrees, so they say I'm going to put my foot in on my toe. Yes, it's hot.
Oh, wow. It's so hot. It's seriously hot. Oh, my word. Yes.
We woke to a beautiful Namibian sunrise, turning the mountains to a bright orange. After breakfast, we set off to Fish River Canyon.
Those roads are flipping down, yes. Road.
To the end of the street, then turn left.
This GPS is lost.
That would be too middle of nowhere.
Where do we turn left? There's the view side.
Fish River Canyon is the second biggest canyon in the world and is really impressive. We went to the start of the hiking trail where we watched some seriously crazy hikers.
If you had to ask me, could I do that walk? The answer is, yeah, I think so. And you ask me, would I do the walk? No. Not worth it. But you'll see, just now when you get to Cannon Roadhouse, all the old cars are totally destroyed. This is the result of the roads in Namibia.
It was a short 28-kilometre drive to Cannon Roadhouse for lunch.
Under the tree petrol station. Looks like it needs a sticker as well.
The collection of all the old cars is an indication of the condition of the roads. Then it was back to ice for a sundowner.
That's quite a beautiful picture there. Tell us what you thought of ice while we're leaving it.
It was crappy. You want my honest opinion?
Yes, please.
About it?
What didn't you like about it?
It was crappy.
The
What
rooms
else?
weren't very good. They were badly maintained. Paint falling off, cracks. No milk. What else? The list is too long to even...
Yeah, the list is very long.
Yeah.
From ice we headed south so we could follow the Orange River.
Oh, there's a bit tall. There's black stuff. Beautiful grapes. Uh-oh. Road closed.
We hadn't catered for road closures, and going back would add at least 4 hours to the trip. As this is an adventure, we decided to take a chance.
And there's the Orange River, look at that. Cool. This is the road to Rosh Pina, and some of the beautiful mountains that we're going around. And a beautiful car. Absolutely awesome. Look here. Baboons. Awesome. Nice picture, huh?
The road is turning out to be absolutely amazing, and we were still expecting to be turned back due to the road being washed away by the recent heavy rains. The road was in bad condition, but we were grateful for the aftermarket shocks. It turned out to be a good decision to ignore that road closed sign.
Oh, it says road closed here too.
Rosh Pina is a small mining town where we stopped for a pie and got straight back on the road to Aus, our overnight stay.
Right, navigator, show me how to get there.
I have no idea.
That way.
Hey, that way.
No, there.
We arrived at Aus mid-afternoon and checked into our chalet. Their restaurant had the most incredible food.
Oh, I'm glad you understood what she said.
She's talking code, but she draws well.
As we left Aus, our GPS was determined to get us lost.
In 1.5 kilometers, turn left onto F410.
To what?
F410. This GPS is rubbish.
Switch it off and go with the phone.
Yeah, where do we get this from? Can you believe we're working on Waze rather than Garmin GPS? The tracks for Africa. Got a lot of junk. Here we are taking a break under the only tree in Namibia. Does she look bored or is she happy?
On the way to Seestream, we decided to take a 40-kilometer detour to visit Duisib Castle.
Jeepers, creepers. Bashed my head there.
We then tackled the badly corrugated roads to Sesriem. We arrived at Sususdoon Lodge by mid-afternoon and had to walk along suspended walkways, which felt like it was a kilometre away from the dining room.
This is the way to our room.
We were warned that baboons have learned to open the doors, so it's advisable to always keep them locked.
Hello, Desi.
After an early breakfast, we headed for Suzuki's Vlei.
How long is this drive now?
60 k's, well 45 k's to Dune 45, about 60 k's to the parking lot of the dirt flow, and it's 5 k's of 4x4. Soft sand.
When we arrived at the parking area, Gavin deflated the Jimny's tyres in preparation for the soft sand of the riverbed.
4x4s is not engaging. I need to check it first.
The 4x4 gearbox did not seem to be engaging, and he made several attempts to get it working.
I just want to make sure it's engaged and disengaged. Yes.
After a while, we decided to just give it a go and hope that the gearbox engages in the soft sand.
Nearly got stuck there.
Got stuck in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
After telling that guy. I'd go back to them and say, please dig me out 10 metres down the road.
Yeah. It's not digging in. There's something wrong. And this thing's flashing. Can you go out and tell me if my front wheels are turning, please?
It turned out that the 4x4 gearbox did not engage and we were stuck. He tried everything from digging sand to deflating the tires while I stood cheering him on. Then old Brightspark had an idea. As a last resort, he took our deck chairs off the roof and stuck them under the back tires, only to destroy them.
There's Jimny. She's truly stuck.
We managed to get a lift with a tour guide and got to see some Gemsboek along the way. We finally arrived at Suzuki's Vlei and started our long walk to the dirt Vlei in the sweltering heat.
These are the smaller pans on the way to the big dirt Vlei pan.
He told me it's worth it. And I said, I just told you it better be.
Tired, Des?
Very. I'm sorry, I don't see beauty in that. You might, I don't. Do you want to go walk on it?
Yep.
Okay, alright.
No, come with.
I can't.
You can.
I can't.
You can.
No, I don't want to. It's ugly. What's
It's not.
it is.
Come look at the dead trees.
I've got dead trees in my garden.
Beautiful dirt Vlei.
After we rescued the Jimny, we went for a walk through Sesriem Canyon. The air was quite cool in the shadows of the canyon. It was amazing to see how the perennial river had eroded the desert to form these huge canyon walls.
Hot up here.
Then it was back to the lodge for a sundowner.
So you're going to tell me about our drive today? What we went there for, how we got there.
Okay, let's start off with, we went to go see a dirt pot, a pan that's dried up and got dried up old trees.
Dead trees.
Yeah, dead trees. And a nice sand dune. Yeah, we saw the sand dune. Dunes. So, yeah, which you weren't too impressed with.
No.
Okay, now getting there. Well, I'm going to make an excuse first. My 4x4 wouldn't lock in. And we got stuck. Seriously stuck. Tried digging it out. Didn't work. My good old deck chairs were stuck under the wheels. I rode over those. Didn't work. And, yeah.
And you know who's going to love the story the most?
Yeah, Stuart. But we got out of there.
Yeah, how did we get out of there?
We got helped, towed and helped. But we got out, checked the 4x4 system, and it's broken. But anyway, besides that.
Anyway, I've got a glass of wine and I'm okay. I survived.
Cool. You did.
On the way to Swakopmund, we stopped off at Solitaire for tea and cake.
Arrive at Solitaire Country Lodge on the right.
Now where was the bakery?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like everyone has the same idea of leaving their calling cards. After our tea and cake, we were back on the dirt roads heading for Swakopmund.
That's where I wanted to stay.
Who says Jimnys are slow?
I've got the car next to. It's all scattered with stickers now.
We made a quick stop for photos at the Tropic of Capricorn. There wasn't a single sticker on the sign in 2016.
Don't get too used to the top, yes? Here we are again.
Just when the road improved, the only interesting sight required a permit.
It'll say nobody passed here without a permit. There's Mount Fokol-Federberg. And there's absolutely nothing. Fokol-Federberg.
As we reached Walvis Bay, we were amazed at how dry everything was, considering it was on the coast. Got washing hanging outside, it must be so full of sand.
Yeah.
Down to edge. There's TV dishes, but there's no windows in some places, like they've been deserted. Welcome to Swakopmund.
When the rain comes, this is all desert sand. Washes it all into the town.
Turn right onto Hendrickwood Street. Turn right.
You have reached your destination.
Oh, I think this thing's switched on.
Freezing cold wind coming off the sea. Look how wide these roads are. I was told that it's because of the old ox wagons they had to turn them round. I can do a figure of 8 on this road.
The old buildings in this part of Swakopmund are amazing. Unfortunately, the mechanics at Swakopmund had no idea how to repair a gearbox, so we explored the town before enjoying a dinner at the local beer garden. We should have stayed another day at Swakopmund, as the little town was full of interesting shops and people. They were busy tarring the salt road north of Swakopmund, so we were diverted through the small fishing village. I really don't know how to describe this place. I suppose pick a spot and build your house. While driving north, we saw a shipwreck, so we turned off the main road to take a look. As soon as we stopped, we were swamped with roadside traders trying to sell crystals and gemstones.
Thanks.
Ons kan nie klaar nie mevrou. Ons is met die damaras wat hier so met die half edelgesteende gesleeptekkies en die roues.
I
I
don't.
can show you also these cartons you can take and open.
No.
Only the handies.
I just bought one like that yesterday.
Wait, I want to show you.
No.
Okay, you can look at this.
No, I've got already. I've got
Mr.
already.
said he will look.
Okay, then you show him.
Yeah.
That's an Angolan fishing boat that ran ashore here just north of Swakopmund. All the sailors survived.
At Henty's Bay, we turned right, heading straight into the desert again.
So we're on our way to Fingerklip from Swakopmund.
In 1.5 kilometers, turn right onto our paved road.
We set both the Garmin GPS and which I paid a fortune for, with Tracks for Africa, and we set our free Waze program on the car. The GPS, the Garmin GPS is taking us right round. We would have got there, predicts we'll get there at 5:15 this afternoon. The free program from Waze
Turn
Chose-
right onto our paved road.
shut up. Chose the right route, and we're going to get there at 2:45. Big difference. When I get home, I will see how long this straight road is. It's ridiculous. Slow down, good rocks.
Along the side of the road were numerous roadside stalls selling gemstones and crystals. The strange thing was there was nobody to be seen.
We're going to be all day.
Yeah. Quite a few of them along there.
How come there's nobody here?
It's a scarecrow.
Yeah. There's this gemstone store in the middle of absolutely nowhere. No one to be seen. Total trust. Is that tar?
Be gravel.
No. I think it's gravel. Damn. About how many did we hit? 50? Yes. Took a buggy. Antilles. Driving towards the Fingerklip, and you can see it in front of that mountain. There it is.
I see a big wall.
You got to do it, Des. See the hut up there?
I saw that. What is that?
You know, someone told me it was a honeymoon thing, but I don't think it is.
Is that the one you told me? You got a hark up there.
Yeah. But you go around that
Reached
side.
your destination.
Hello.
Hello, good day.
How are you?
Fine, and you guys?
Good. But you want me to park there? There.
No,
Yeah.
we just come here.
Thank you.
You make it safe.
So
No
long.
problem, no flat tire.
No, but my gearbox broke. 4x4 gearbox.
After checking in at the lodge, we took a drive to the finger clip.
Do I look tired? Yes, I am. There's the lodge, and this is where we're going for dinner.
This is the view of tonight's restaurant from our chalet. The smiles didn't last long after we saw what we had to climb to get a meal. 56,999 stairs. By the time we got to the Eagle's Nest, we were both pretty tired and were thinking that the dinner better be as good as the view.
That's my gate girl.
After letting reception know how unimpressed I was with the hike up the mountain for dinner, we were back on the road to Sumeb.
We're on the road from Fingerclip to Sumeb, but it's all tar so far. Pretty boring. Game farm on the left, game farm on the right. Fences carry on for kilometers on end. What's this on the left here? This? Wow. No, sable antelope. Yeah. This is Ocho.
The little town of Ocha even had an okay food store.
We're coming into Ochivarongo.
Really big, isn't it?
It's Sunday.
Isn't it Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's closed. Not far out of Ochivarongo, we encountered the first of many roadblocks.
I don't know.
This is because we're getting close to the Botswana border.
More towards it's veterinary thing. Taking license. Good morning. Go through. Thank you.
Turned out it was a normal roadblock. We must look like honest people as they let us through without any questions.
Of us.
In 800 meters, arrive at Namibia.
Before our turn off to Sumeb, we took a detour to visit the Hoba meteorite.
she is.
The Hober meteorite is the biggest meteorite in the world and was discovered by a farmer in 1920 when his plough got stuck in it.
Huge, eh?
Does it sit on timer?
No.
What's it sit on?
Video.
Oh, please.
How do I get into it?
Arriving at Kupferquel Resort. On
The
right.
GPS can't pronounce the names of the places in Namibia. We arrived at Kupferquel Resort, where we encountered the most energetic security guard who could run faster than our car.
Hello. Where's number 58? How Thanks very much. Thank you. It's all properly fenced and secure.
The resort had one of the best rooms but the worst food.
How's this for a giant room? Look, it's even got 2 toilets.
As we were crossing into Botswana in 2 days' time, we had to have another round of COVID tests. This camera drives me insane on this trip. You sure Grootfontein has changed a lot since you were in your army years?
Yeah, I didn't come much to the town, Des. Yeah, you actually stayed. Only time I came through the town is when I was going out to the border post. You could look for Rundu Tunnel.
It's really straight.
That was Grootfontein, Des. Yep. This on the bikes we found little curio place on the side of the road where the guys carve all sorts of things out of wood, and not like everywhere else where you see rhinos and springbuck and sort of animals, elephants that are carved. You see gunships, helicopters. Yeah, that's what they saw most during the war times. They carve what they know.
The roadblocks intensified as we drove closer to Rundu. The police were absolutely fantastic at every roadblock.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Very well. How are you, sir?
Always good, thanks.
Is everything well?
100%.
The road is good.
Fantastic. Except through the desert.
Oh. Yeah.
She was moaning.
All right, sir.
Cool. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye. So we're checking everything. Oh, more goats along the road. Oh, little one.
It was early afternoon when we arrived at Kaisosi River Lodge.
There's our rooms, and there's the Kavango River. On the other side of Kavango River is Angola.
We spent hours sitting on the deck watching the birds while enjoying a couple of sundowners. The sunrise over the river was stunning.
We're climbing through a reserve on the way to Katima Mulilo. Let's look for elephants. They say we'll see elephants, but there's nothing. There's cows walking across the road everywhere. We're about 22 k's outside Katima Mulilo. People walking across the road. And there's stone throwers. Many by kids.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Oh, shut up, GPS.
We pulled up at the Protea Hotel, which looked awesome from reception, but that's where it ended.
And we're here. Katima Mulilo, Protea Hotel. And look what the wall's made out of. Beer bottles. Millions of them. And here's our chalet. Katima Mulilo, the Protea Hotel.
After settling into our chalet, we took a drive around Katima Mulilo, which for Gavin brought back some memories of the war. After a very disappointing dinner, we relaxed with a cold one, watching another awesome sunset.
We're leaving Katima Mulilo. We're on our way to Kasane. The Ngoma border post, exiting Namibia.
After quick border formalities were done, we had to check out at the gate.
Easy do. Yeah. No man's land, we get into Botswana just now.
Then the veterinary regulations kicked in.
I wonder who's responsible for the road between this border post and the next.
The border crossings have been very quick and easy until you enter Botswana.
Just come out of the Botswana immigration section, and we've just had PCR test done in Namibia. That's not good enough for them. We've got to go for another set. The other ones were only done 2 days ago. All about the money. Come on, baboons. Botswana. Wild animals. This is their country. There's warthog in the middle of town.
Kazungula is a small town that has 3 resident warthog. After our PCR tests, we checked into Kubu Lodge, which had the best accommodation and food.
Beautiful again, yes?
Very. We spent the rest of the day watching the wild animals walking past our chalet.
So peaceful.
Our end of day rituals. While waiting for Martin and Julie to join us, we took another drive to Kazungula, where we again saw our warthog. Martin and Julie joined us at lunch, where the girls had lots to talk about.
The male's on its knees, so it's actually enjoying it.
Jules, the male's always on his knees begging.
The animals freely walked around the garden at the lodge. Then we took a walk to the river where the hippo were hiding.
There's one coming up there. Let's go up the back. Go up the back.
Shit.
Yeah, we're drinking water right outside our chalet.
The lodge also had a nature walk where we admired the trumpeter hornbills. Going to work every day for 25 years earned us 3 days on the luxury houseboat, the Zambezi Queen. We quickly cleared the Botswana and Namibian immigration paperwork and headed for our well-earned holiday. After settling in, we went for the first of many boat rides to do some game viewing.
Those are the hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. Oh, one of the animal dangerous, those ones. Because hippo, they killed a lot of people in Africa. Just standing, you say it's a tower of giraffe. Okay? If they start moving, then you say it's a journey of giraffe. A journey. Then if they start running, then you say it's a stretch of giraffe.
Ah, that's a
Okay.
new one. I knew the other two.
During our game trips, we saw tons of animals and soon realized how dangerous the river must be for the locals with all the crocodiles and hippos.
Young boys, the baby boys, they'll be kicked out from the breeding head on the age of 12 to 15 years. The reason why those young boys will be kicked out from the breeding head to avoid inbreeding. If they happen, they keep them, they leave them in the breeding head, they'll end up mating with the sisters and the cousins. So to avoid that, they have to kick them away. Then they'll join the head, which we call the bachelor head, the boys club. Okay. You know the reason why elephants, they do throw themselves mud right on their back. That mud, it works as a sunscreen, just to protect their skin from sunburn, again to suffocate insects. Okay.
The sunsets on the Chobe River are as beautiful as the sunrises.
Sunrise on the Zambezi Queen. Beautiful morning.
After a very early breakfast, we were going fishing. Although it was freezing cold in the morning, the peacefulness made every moment worth being there. We never caught any fish that morning, but it was great spending time together with friends and business partners of 25 years.
Oh, Bernard. How are you? Oh, it was fantastic. Fantastic.
Imagine the lifestyle living on this river. If he fell off, he would be eaten in seconds. As they say, all good things come to an end, and so did our amazing 3-day houseboat trip. We were back on the road going through more veterinary roadblocks on our way to Elephant Sands. Elephant Sands is not what we expected. It was so much more. This is elephant country. There are no fences, so one has to be aware when walking around the camp.
This is Elephant Sands Lodge. We're going to the bar.
Sitting at the bar, watching the elephants walking freely around the camp, priceless.
This also getting angry.
Then it was Martin's turn to get up close to one of these huge wild animals while he was by his car. Martin wasn't the only one to get a taste of danger.
This guy always heading that way. You step back.
What an incredible experience it was to be so close to nature.
A bitterly cold morning at Elephant Sands. Izzy, what do you think of this place?
Cold? It's freezing cold.
Yeah. And I think it was absolutely amazing we got to be so close to the elephants. It was brilliant, eh?
Very.
Yeah, very lucky. Just wish our kids were there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, I'm hungry.
You want an elephant steak? So much bird life around here, it's beautiful.
Where did you find this tree?
What tree?
After breakfast, we left for Nata, first visiting an interesting baobab tree.
On my first ride, and I saw it.
You were riding on your bike.
Yeah. This is a male baobab. Come on, Jules, go stand next to it.
No, thanks.
These fucking roads.
The 98-kilometer road from Nata to Planet Baobab was so bad we drove more off-road than on the tar. There wasn't much to do at Planet Baobab, but the giant ant bear amused some of us before driving on the bad roads back to Nata where the goats had right of way. Pelican Lodge was the pits and was another victim of COVID. We made sure we left early in the morning.
Fading colors, changing sound, shades of night come tumbling down. No tomorrow.
We arrived at Quanaking Lodge mid-afternoon and settled into their awesome river-facing chalet.
South Africa on the other side.
I am a wayward man, following a light to a distant land. Come tomorrow, may yesterday.
Martin and Julie left early in the morning as they were driving straight through to Durban. We took 2 days to drive home, stopping off at Hartbeespoort Dam to visit some friends. After 23 days, we arrived back home and the little Jimny earned its stickers. Cheers! The next morning was spent reminiscing and planning our next adventure. It was a relief to find out that because of the hectic bad roads, the vacuum pipes had been pulled off the Jimny's gearbox, and our gearbox was fine. Garmin also came to the party and replaced the faulty GPS.